Good morning, YouTube. Almost afternoon. About 11:30 on the East Coast, and we're gonna jump right into some best ball here. Let's go ahead and check out the news feed real quick on Underdog. Let's actually pull up. I don't know if they have a website. Yeah, they do. And let's just try to get some news going into the weekend. There's not a ton that comes on Underdog. We'll go ahead and check out 32 beat writers. This has been a source of news for at least a couple years, I'm pretty sure. I've never dabbled. This will be my first season like using them, but basically puts together every beat writer on all 32 teams and puts it into one so you can see what's going on at each camp, OTAs, whatnot. But here we go. Let's actually see if we can't even get anything through the free version of this. I don't know, we might have to be part of... Might actually just check this out on X. Let me actually see. Yeah, I think you can get more news on X, the Everything app. For 32 beat writers, they have 106,000 followers on here, so. Just gonna go ahead and check that out. Rasheed Rice ready to go for training camp per Coach Reed. That was yesterday. Bo Collins, first team reps with Malik Neighbors and Jalen Hyatt. Oh, I mean, he's getting first team reps because Neighbors and Hyatt are out with injuries. Jackson Dart has impressed early. Dart was sharp, completing 8 of 11 passes. I mean, I would hope so. He looks good with, this early on, I would hope. McVay said Rams have made possible contract extension for Kyron Williams. All right, not a ton of news to talk about that most of us don't already know, but let's jump into another Schnauzer. Let's go. The 20-second pick clocks are just such a lifesaver, especially on stream. Everything happens so fast. Let's go ahead and pull up the NFL schedule. That way we can see Week 17 matchups. These should fill pretty fast, but we'll see. Just a reminder too, go ahead and tap that link in the description. Use code Temptation on Underdog. That'll go ahead and get you up to $1,000 deposit match on your first deposit. And if you already are on Underdog, well, hit us up to draft. Let us know, when we go live. Let us know that you're in our lobby. All right, so here's the Week 17 schedule. Obviously, weeks 15 through 17 matter, but week 17 is, the final. So if you make the final, that matters the most. Let's go ahead and just try to scout favorite matchups potentially and sleeper matchups where we can kind of factor in whether defenses may underperform this year. Because going off last year, it's always easy to try to predict things based on last year, but different personnel, different coaches, different game plans, and then injuries affect offense and defense, especially defense. A lot harder to predict year in and year out. Like, obviously, we are all going to think Cowboys Commanders is going to be a big game in terms of like point scoring. Same with Lions Vikings, although the Vikings defense is pretty good. Everyone's going to assume the Lions offense is going to be the Lions offense of the last 2 years. While that may not be the case, they're definitely due for a decline, at least based on last year's performance, where they had 70 touchdowns, which hasn't been done for a few years, actually. I think like 2018 is the last time that number's been reached. And it was the Chiefs, I want to say. All right, we're in a draft. We got pick 4. Pretty nice lobby, not too many badges in here. Although I do say, while it's easier to draft and you get more values in these types of lobbies, it's harder to determine what you're going to be drafting, though. Like, a lot more of inefficiencies in this, where you expect someone to come back around to you and they just get sniped, especially like quarterbacks for stacking reasons. We're in the 4 hole, drafted here. I actually did a draft last night off stream in the 4 hole. Went Barkley. What did I get? I went like Barkley, AJ Brown. I didn't get Hurts though. I skipped on Hurts, and then hoping he'd come back to me. Forgot Devontae Smith was still on the board. In the 101, just double tap those two. So was hoping to have Barkley, Hurts, and AJ Brown would have been a cool build. Barkley falls to me again. I don't want to take Barkley, so we will take... Just go ahead and take CD. Let Barkley fall to the 5. I'm not like, obviously don't want to full fade Saquon, but again, him having as many touches as he did last year is definitely cause for concern and reason to be cautious. Not to mention, running backs are rarely repeating as the 1. Unless you're Christian McCaffrey. But even then, as you've seen time and time again, where we're taking the running back 1 from last year, they're just not repeating. You go off at 12. TMC drops to 11 in this one. He's been going a little early. He's been going more like that 8-9 range, even a little earlier sometimes. I know I've taken him at like 5, like flipped the board a little bit, but his ADP has climbed from the early 2nd from when best ball started to late 1st to now like mid 1st. And then obviously people flipping the board, he's creeping up to early 1st sometimes. Pretty standard draft so far, though. Nothing too crazy. What do we like here? I'm interested in Bowers falling here. I think we'll take the faller in Brock. Don't have a ton of Bowers. Last year I definitely did have a ton of Bowers at the price I was getting them at. Let's actually see how much Brock Bowers we have. Only one draft of Brock, so back on the board. Go ahead and snag us some more Tyreek. Tyreek, CD, and Brock seems like a strong start this year. Two guys for the potential to be wide receiver one, two guys that have hit that threshold, and then same with Bowers. And then obviously sets us up for later QBs because, you know, taking Brock not really in the best position to grab a quarterback. So it leaves us open for Dak and Tua, which I'm not super stoked on Tua. Obviously, you know, concussion reasons. The team hit a hard stop last year on, you know, offensive productivity. So reasons to be concerned. Um, Allen and Lamar go back to back. It doesn't feel too crazy to like flip the board with Lamar Allen like early first. You know, Allen does go mid sometimes. Lamar's usually slipping to the back half of the third, early fourth. Jaden usually slips to us. It doesn't feel so bad taking Jaden Daniels here, actually, if he fell. We're going to be cooked on a running back. Although it's not like we could take a running back here anyway. Could go double elite tight end. We'll go Jaden. Test out that build. A little crazy. CD Brock, Tyreek, Jaden to start. Chubov early at 47. Nice. Like that pick for him. Now, decisions to be made here. Kittle does go, so off on that end. Could go double with Waddle. Go ahead and take Mixon there. What could go wrong, you know? What could go wrong with Joe Mixon being 29 this year? It could all go wrong. But I'm assuming that offense should be a lot better this year. As our most. With 2 new receivers coming in. People are assuming Chubb can make a difference, but probably not that much of a difference. But, you know, 2 new receivers in Jaden Higgins and Jalen Knoll. You got a healthy Nico, hopefully. Healthy Dalton Schultz, I guess. Really banking on an improved offensive line, though. Plus solid defense, so. Things could definitely be looking up from last year. Everything just kind of fell apart at the seams for them. With, you know, Stroud regression, Tank Dell getting hurt and shot, Diggs getting hurt, Nico hurt. Like, it really just couldn't have been a worse run out for the Texans. Well, we can't go to with Jaden because of the week 12 buys. Kind of hope that Debo falls here just to get. We don't have to stack Debo. Olave off, Judy off. I think we go ahead and grab Debo just cause. Just because we can. And then just grab one of these running backs. Just to feel a little more comfortable at receiver. Caleb Johnson off, damn. I don't know how comfortable I am with Swift here. Could go Pollard. Diggs off. Nice. So we're actually going to get David Montgomery. Which is best case scenario there. Get him almost 6 picks past ADP because everybody there had running back. So I feel good there with a 1-2-3-1 start. Definitely need more receivers, but we're in a position to only take 2 quarterbacks and 2 tight ends with the capital that we dropped on them. Mahomes off early at 79 to get the stack with Rasheed. Respectable. Somebody else have Worthy there? He probably could have came back around and got See, that's where I get like stuck in these kinds of lobbies because he's in the middle here at pick 7. If he goes ahead and thinks that Mahomes will fall because Worthy's on the left side of the board and he has the other partner of Rasheed Rice, you never know if someone could like double tap Kelsey and Mahomes here. Or just someone takes Mahomes as a one-off, or like with Pacheco, so you just never know. I don't know how much Debo I have. I have a good amount of Jaden Daniels. All right, coming up, we definitely want receiver if there's anything of value around here, but I don't have much Jaden Higgins. Might as well bet on them. Although, is Christian Kirk still on the board? He goes later now. He does go much later. Let's just go in on Higgins. Need a receiver. Already made the bet on Mixon. We already have 3 guys that are going to be hopefully holding the team up until Higgins can come along. Let's see. We probably don't get Dak, to be honest. It's a possibility we get Dak on the way back. Where did Pickett? Nah, the Pickens team is definitely going to take Dak at some point. Just go ahead and flip Shaheed. Take him at 100. Get some big playability. Hopefully he's fully healthy coming back. So through 9 rounds, we have 5 receivers now. 2 running backs, a tight end, and a quarterback. Set ourselves up a little bit for Stroud if we want to take him. Dak if he ends up falling, which I doubt. Gino if we really needed to. Definitely not going to go Tyler Shuck as our second quarterback with Jaden. But we do need running back to fall to us here. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. One sec, I'll be right back. I need to grab a tissue. So we're back, but I feel like I'm always in the running for Dak just because of Dak goes off to the Pickens team. Like always in the running for Dak just because of just always taking like those guys in Lamb or Pickens. Really need a running back. Been taking way too much of probably too much for Mondre. So we'll go Javante, see what he can do for us there. See if he just double taps Kyle Williams and Drake May. That seems to be the case. Tooting off. Now it's like, do we go Stroud? Stroud just goes, so no. So now we're stuck in a boat. Like, let's just take Tajay. Now we're stuck in the boat. Why did he take Stroud there? Oh, we picked Christian Kirk. Nice, dude. Huge. Intentionally goes Kirk and Stroud. To what? Snipe me? I don't know. We need to figure out quarterback here. So again, can't really do Tua. Not really worth it. Put him up there just cause, but not ideal scenario for us. I didn't want to have to take 3 quarterbacks. I guess at the very least we could take a 3rd quarterback, or we don't need to take a 3rd tight end in my opinion. So right now we currently have a 1-4-5-1 in Daniels, Mixon, Montgomery, Williams, Spears, Lamb, Hill, Samuel, Higgins, Shaheed, and Bowers. Went ahead and made the bet on Mixon and Higgins in the Houston offense. Same with the Dallas offense, CD and Javante. We're about to be back on the board. Don't know what to do. McCarthy off. I kind of want to go Penix and then grab. I'm not going to get Penix yet. Go Rashad White. Hopefully get Penix on the way back, and then we could tap Ray Ray at the end. And there goes our thesis there. Why did he take him? Dude, what a bomb, bro. You just took him for no reason. Why did he even take him? We're just getting cooked here on quarterback options. Let's just take Goddard. Lock in another tight end. Probably should have went Ferguson there, but we'll take Goddard. I don't know, kind of cooked on quarterback here, chat. The way they're flying off the board, no way Geno makes it back. Stafford off at 151. Like, it's unbelievable. He only has one quarterback. I mean, worst comes to worst, we just bet on Cam Ward. If we really need to. Bryce Young off at 156 to the Tet team. He also has Josh Allen. What is his team? 2-4-5-3. We're at a 1-5-5-2. Daniels, Mixon, Montgomery, Williams, Spears, White, Lamb, Hill, Samuel, Higgins, Shaheed, Bowers. We're gonna need receivers now. Cam Ward off at 158? Unbelievable. Dude, this draft's insane. Like, people are just brain dead, honestly. Like, there's no other way to put it. Like, full disrespect. Like, people are brain dead. Why are you taking Cam Ward? What are we doing? Surely I don't get sniped on a quarterback once more. He's Burrow and Baker, right? Like, surely I get away with Geno falling to me? Thank God. Alright, so after the brain rot, brain dead idiots in this draft proceed, we end up getting our Geno Smith to stack with Brock Bowers. So no more complaining. And again, I mean, this is what I mean. Like, you can't predict these lobbies with like all these people that don't have badges. Like, clearly I don't have one either. I just don't play enough. Like, I don't play DFS. It's easier to win a DFS than a year-long tournament. Just more chances. But again, you just can't predict. Stupid. So that's all there is to it, really. I don't really know what I even want to do here. Let's just get some production out of Adam Thielen, I guess. We need something. We'll take some Thielen there. Not a sexy pick. I'm not super stoked about running backs, but we could get away with 5. Maybe. I mean, we have room to go 2-6-8-2 again, like normal. Still have 3 picks. And per usual, the biggest thing in fantasy is really hitting on these last couple picks of the draft, 15, 16, 17, 18. Like, these are the guys that, in terms of ADP, they're getting 100% drafted, but scrolling down just a little bit, getting guys that aren't 100% drafted. And if you can hit on one of those, and they're one of your guys, like, it can make such a big difference. Even if they can rip off just 1 or 2 like big weeks for you, like, huge value. They're really looking running back, receiver. I just have so much Slayton. It's unbelievable. I don't think I can continue to just slap Darius Slayton. D-Hop off. Ooh. Keenan finally off. Do we continue our bet on Calvin Austin? He's raised quite substantially in price. I think we keep our bet with Calvin Austin. He'll be out there playing football. He's kind of old. He's like 26, but it's only his third year. And, you know, everyone's just so like wants someone to break out their rookie year. It just doesn't happen all the time. So we go ahead and sneak. Sneak a little Keaton Mitchell in there. Just cuz. Need a little bit of running back boost. He's a guy with big play potential. On a good offense. All it takes is one run, one catch for him. Dang, and then we need a receiver. Someone that's just gonna run. Tolbert? I mean, you could do Turpin. Had some big games last year. How old is Cavante Turpin? Cavante Turpin is... Oh, he's kind of old. What? Gotta be 29. Never mind, not that interested. Number 3 roll. We need someone that could get a chance. Could also bet on like Trey Tucker. If we go Trey Tucker, just drop that in there, a little correlation there. I think we do to go Trey Tucker here with our Geno Bowers stack. Could be a nice little piece. Should run some routes. Should be the 2 there. Barring anything, right? I mean, like, obviously the depth chart right now doesn't matter, but currently he is the 2. Jack Besh is the 3, although Dante Thornton was running routes. Besh wasn't, because apparently Besh is more in line with Jacoby Myers' skill set. So I like Trey Tucker to be getting routes. See if PFF has anything for free that we can look at. All right, player profiler 5'9", 187, so we know like more of a gadget guy. Pretty fast though, 4'4". Good burst. Still young, only 24. Getting good athleticism. It could happen. I like it. It could happen. He is 20% in the slot. 90% route participation, though. What we're talking about last year. So, not a high catchable target rate either. So now with a better quarterback, he's still running routes there. Could be good. Over 1,000 air yards, unrealized air yards, 686. Look at that, one of the highest in the NFL. So he could run hot. We'll see. I think it's a good pickup. All right, let's go ahead and rip another, why don't we? Another 20-second banger. So it didn't turn out too bad last draft, you know, not getting quarterback after having Jaden, everyone getting sniped. So it is nice to see that we do get Gino, and when we could stack him with Bowers and Tucker. But yeah, this, I mean, not too bad. It's a beautiful Friday, by the way. You guys are having a great Friday out there. College World Series starts tomorrow. LSU versus Coastal Carolina. For those who watch. All right, halfway full. Need 6 more. Let's fill this up. Let's go. Nothing better than drafting fantasy football on June 20th. Still got, what's the first game of the season? Damn, hold on, I just lost the so I can just get the fantasy football playoff schedule. Playoff schedule is cheat sheet. We're gonna make me pay for this? No. Cool. So we got a nice little cheat sheet here, thanks to the people over at Spike Week. Go ahead and check out their site. Literally just Googled this, so not affiliated. But that's a nice little cheat sheet to have. I should get that printed out. Might stay, put that on my wall, tape it up there. Also, these ranks you're seeing, they were from a video with using the Underdog rankings. Not the ADPs on Underdog, the actual rankings made by Hayden Winks over at Underdog Network. They also have a YouTube channel. Check them out too, good content. Oops, just log out of Underdog. Yeah, good content over there. That's what I watch mostly, just or notes, graphs, tips, whatever. But I do like that show. Let me know who you guys watch in the comments below. If you're in here, obviously watching us if you're in here, but what other creators you like? What kind of, you know, what kind of content are you guys into? You into that like lifestyle stuff? You into that proper formal kind of stuff? The funny stuff? I mean, all sorts of different things that you could watch. Would you prefer that we had a webcam here? Definitely need to buy one now that I'm actually going to be employed here soon. we'll have more funds to do things like that. Maybe change the overlay around a little bit, get a little more interactive. Maybe like a ticker bar at the bottom or top would be pretty cool. We get pick 10 here. The 1.10. I need to start doing my dynasty research too. With dynasty draft coming up, it's gonna be like a month-ish. It's like the start of August. Slow draft, so gotta get my P's and Q's there. Never done a dynasty. It'll be fun. Let's see, this guy's gonna milk the clock. Another lobby that could be very unpredictable here. So it seems. We just milk the clock to pick Jamar Chase. That's fun. Don't do that again. So Chase Barkley, Bijan, Jefferson. Jefferson, Lamb, Gibbs. Let's see what falls to us. Could go Amon-Ra. Don't have like any Amon-Ra. He's been kind of falling because of that knee or whatever. Let's go ahead and mix it up. Take Amon-Ra. Always a sturdy pick. You always feel good about Amon-Ra, you know? Nico off. Would have loved to have Nico there. Go ahead, take Achane. We go Amon-Ra, Achane. Nice little balanced build, nothing crazy. I do like flipping the board and taking Rasheed over here sometimes. Especially in this, not so much like BBM or anything that's been open for a while where ADPs have swung a lot, but like in this where it only opened about a week ago. Yeah, it doesn't feel too bad. I feel like Rasheed hasn't climbed like super high since this contest opened. Maybe like the end of, maybe like beginning of round 3 he was at, to now he's going at like the end of round 2 and he's still climbing. But like, I took one team with Neighbors and Rasheed Rice, I think at 10 or 9. So like it didn't feel bad taking him like over here where, you know, his run out is definitely the same as any of these back half guys, especially at the pace he was at last year. And then Mahomes can always just break off a 5,000 yard season. Like Mahomes' ceiling is just unlike any other, aside from the dual threat guys. Just my take on it. Rice falls to 24. Kind of a typical start here at the 1 with Chase, Rice, McBride. I've seen that a lot. See, this is what I think we talked about earlier. Taking Allen here like feels kind of nice to flip the board. Although he does go like, Yeah, it's like 5 picks before ADP, so good little mix up. CD, Jacobs, Allen. I think last draft we had what? We were at 4 though. We got CD, Brock, Tyreek. Interesting little flip. Brees kind of feels spicy here. Brees feels good there. I think Brees has been a little bit of a riser, maybe. About to be back on the board. Don't want Jaden again. Let's go ahead and just roll with the Detroit double. Go Amon-Ra, J-Mo. Kind of got to make sure we get Goff, but I'm fine with that start. Wouldn't feel too mad about it. Were they still on the board? Again, back to it, it's like Worthy could be again if Mahomes goes off for 5,000 yards, everyone's gonna eat in that offense. There's just no way everyone can't. I just hate that. See, like, so drafting at 10, this is where I like get stuck. Is like, and I'm sure you guys have felt it. It's like right here in this area where it's like take DJ Moore, Jaden Daniels, DK, Tet. I get kind of stuck on what to do there. Probably would have been more comfortable taking DK over Jameson, but we'll get a little unique. I don't have a ton of DK, so just like not the biggest fan of the players in that area. Hunter falls all the way to 50. He's been a little bit of a faller after reports of like what he's gonna not obviously not play like all the offensive snaps because he's gonna be on defense. So to be expected. That should have just been baked in. You know, we get 3 quarterbacks off in round 4. Dude, if Pickens drops to me, I'm gonna have a George Pickens problem. Definitely need a double tap receiver now that we have 2 on the same team here. Please give me George Pickens at 58. I'll gladly take him. Thank you. I have so much Pickens now, it's unbelievable, but I can't, like, it's too easy. Keep taking them. It really is too easy. Let's see, we got Jennings, Godwin, Debo. Who do we like? Let's go with Dunze. We'll stay in division here. Shoot for second year breakout. See what Caleb's really made of. We just get such a nice value on George Pickens. Like, if he's gonna fall 7 picks, almost 8 picks past ADP, like, I'm gonna take him every time. It's just unbelievable. But yeah, we got Goff up there. Fields is always an option. Put Caleb as an option now. I mean, 2 with Achane is always an option as well. And then obviously Dacky boy. So in that range of somewhere where you could double tap quarterbacks, I have so many Dak Pickens stacks. The only thing is I don't want to force. See, like, I shouldn't have to force anything here. The CD team's here, so they're gonna hope he falls. I could take him at 111. Like, I could tap Caleb 106, 111 Dak if I wanted to. We'll see how everything goes. As long as quarterbacks aren't just flying up the board like last draft where it was just tough. Last draft I was raging. Couldn't have gone worse. Make sure you're staying hydrated, chat. It's getting hot out there. Summer's among us, upon us. Out here in the Berg, it's about to be 90 plus every day for the foreseeable future. After just months long of rain. Just gonna be cooking. No in between. No 75, 80 and sunny. It's 75 and raining, or just straight hot as piss. So take that as you will. It's great out here though. Started off at 78. What do we really want? I have like no Judkins. I don't feel like I want Quinshon Judkins like a ton. Probably have too much Pacheco already. Maybe not enough Aaron Jones. We could go Ayuk. Could go Downs. How much Downs do we have? I'm just gonna take Ayuk. Could end up on the pup, which would be bad news, but this contest would be closed before that news even came out. Debo's a huge faller right now. Take Brian Robinson as well for our third RB. So now we're locked and loaded. 0350 build. Achane, Hall, Robinson Jr., Amon-Ra, Jameson, Pickens, Adunze, Ayuk. And feeling pretty comfortable there. Hopefully these 4 get early season production to help with Ayuk coming back. Like, the only other option I would have taken outside Ayuk was Downs. Not really a fan of Cup. Could have taken Aaron Jones. Not really a fan of Pittman. And then I don't want any of these quarterbacks. Just gonna let them fall. And they're gonna continue to fall to their respective stacks. So at least this lobby is kind of like maintaining that. Mahomes does go off to the worthy team. Seems kind of cheeky. Higgins, Hill, Olave, Golden, Shakir, Abuka. I like that team. 2 rookie receivers. I mean, but you have Amari and Hampton too, so now you're betting on 3 rookies. I feel good at running back and receiver, so this is where coming back around we can definitely 2-tap quarterback if we want to. Only question is, we'll see what falls to us, but do we go Caleb Dak? Do we go Caleb Goff? Do we go Dak Goff? I think we have to go Goff because of Amon-Ra and Jameson, the double bet there. I think it's kind of imperative to do that. Then the other way around would be, let's just kind of see our exposures too. Caleb 5%, Dak we have 15%. So maybe we try to go Caleb Goff. Fields is a little bit of a faller too. Not gonna take him though. What? This, okay. Goff off the board to the unstacked team? Like, I'm so confused. Dude just took Jared Goff because he got a boner for him. Like, what are we doing, brother? Laporta's off the board. Jameson's off the board. Like, who are you gonna stack? Isaac Tesla, brother? What are we doing? What? Dude, I can't with this. It's kind of stuff that makes me want to crash out. It's insane. So we'll go ahead and get our 2 QBs and Caleb and Dak. Call it a wrap there. Dude takes our Goff, just insane. Doesn't even take Fields, takes Jared Goff. But we'll let him be. We'll let him live his life there. And be on our way because we got 2 of our 3. And that's all we wanted. This will be a 3 tight end build though. We are lacking tight end. Heavy. Heavy. Kyle Williams off. Jordan Love goes. Let's see if it's stacked Jordan Love. It is. Okay, nice. That dude has Abuka and Baker and Love. Damn, that's pretty nice. His team is... I like that Cat's team. That's pretty good. Obviously, I had to reach Jordan Love a little bit. but I like his team. I think he got Baker at a value too. He did. Who didn't take Baker? Where's the Evans team? Mike Evans team here. He took Lamar and Burrow. Wait, what? Why did this cat take Joe Burrow unstacked? Dude. I need to get into the minds of some of these people. Why are you tapping Ridley and Burrow? Just to stay on ADP? Just getting a naked raw Burrow? Like, weird. Nice grab on Drake May there. I like where we're at for tight end. Herbert off to the Lad team. Dobbins on? Jeez, he's flying up boards. That's insane. All right, give me my favorite tight end. Take Kraft. We'll double up with Ferguson. What I would like to do here. Cool, so we go Kraft, Ferguson. We get the double stack with Dak, Pickens, and Fergie. We get the Caleb Adunze stack. We have both Detroit receivers. Now we're sitting pretty. We're in position to really do whatever. Just don't want to mess it up. Like, I'm cozy with this draft. This is very kosher. I just realized running backs have week 12 buys, so maybe not as kosher as I'd like to be, but did Tua go? No, okay. I just untapped him. I was like freaking out. I wouldn't mind having Tua as an option. Again, you can always tap Daniel Jones as a one-off if you really wanted to, if like you were desperate. Like rushing upside, decent talent around him, good coach finally. Hopefully he doesn't get injured. Where are we at here on the board? Grendo falls to 144. Is that at? Nah, that's about his ADP. You know why I thought we were like closer to where, you know, we draft. Kyle Pitts off at 150. Ew. Just because of Penix? Did he not have Mooney? No, he just grabbed Penix and decided to stack him. Ew. I mean, okay, like, still ew. If we being honest. Okay, we're back on the board. My goodness, Ray Davis fell to us. Give me some of that. Give me some Ray Davis. Yes, sirree. Ray Davis, we go tank. He falls. Never mind, we are not going to go tank. Which means we're going to go Dobbs. Yer. All right, 2-4-6-2 build. We get lining up perfect for the way I like to build teams right now. Caleb Dak with our 2 quarterback build leaves us open for 3, but I mean, I'm comfortable with those 2. Caleb could have some rushing TDs this year. Achan, Hall, Robinson, Davis. We get Ray Davis. 20 picks past ADP. Beautiful. A whole round. Love to see that. Amon-Ra, Jameson, Pickens, Dunze, Ayuk, Dobbs for our 6 receivers so far. Kraft, Ferguson. So again, we have the double stack of Dallas. Make the contingent bet on Green Bay with Dobbs and Kraft. And then we have the bet on Detroit and the bet on Chicago with Williams and Dunze. Could have went Roschon, to bet on the Bears more there. But we didn't. And for all we know, in this lobby, like, Roschon could fall all the way back to us at 178. Probably not actually going to happen, but it's quite possible. Brenton Strange, another tight end that I really like and would love to see him fall back to me. Dealing off Pat Bryant off to the Knicks team like super early though. Dude building like a mega Denver build, bro. Double elite tight end. This is at the 101, by the way. Let him cook. Roschon finally off at 172. Another big faller. 10 picks past. Again, we're kind of open to do whatever we would like here. And I do like Rico. I don't think we need to feel pressed about a running back. Let's take Strange. Let's lock up our 3rd tight end. Be done at tight end. Not exactly sure about how I feel about all these receivers here. May just tap Miles Sanders. We'll just take Miles Sanders with the Dak, Ferguson, Pickens. Potentially too many Cowboys, but we can take 6 RBs if needed. Not really focused on quarterback here. Or tight end, honestly. We have 2 more picks, so Probably going running back receivers at 2, 6, 7, 3. Yeah, it's probably gonna be the case considering we took 5 receivers in the first 7 rounds. A little light at running back. Again, now it's just a matter of, making the right picks here. Very difficult task. Darkest Hunter. Now we could just make like a random bet on a running back. Which, I mean, these are all random bets on running backs, but what I mean is, what I really mean is, we could just take the likes of like a Jerome Ford. We could take Blake Corum. They don't have any Corum. Rashard Smith? Meh. Now let's get a little more. Let's go Manungai for our 6 back, just to go with our Chicago build. See if we can't hit on that. And then receiver wise, don't want Wicks. I want someone that's gonna play football. We'll go Ray Ray again. We'll just slap our boy. Someone that's gonna run routes, get out there. Yeah, that was about it. I mean, I couldn't see anybody else being much of an option besides these couple. Could have went with a Miami player, just with the Achane pick, but we'll go Ray Ray there. All right, that's the build. 2, 6, 7, 3. We go Caleb and Dak at quarterback. Achane, Hall, Robinson, Davis, Sanders, Manungai at running back. Amon-Ra, Jameson, Pickens, Adunze, Ayuk, Dobbs, McLeod at receiver, and then Kraft, Ferguson, Strange at tight end. Yeah, I mean, let's let it rock. Let's let it fly. Maybe didn't need to take Strange where I took him, but could have had Mason Taylor, who I like. Could have went one of these other players, but so be it. We'll roll with that. Because I don't think there was any other tight end that I would have been cozy taking. Maybe like Cole Kmet, but with Loveland there, nah. Then any other kind of like correlation just wasn't there, so we'll roll with that. 2, 6, 7, 3 build, our second draft of the day. That brings us up to 14 total. Schnauzers. This is 13, but it's really 14. Promise. See? See our exposures. Wait. Drafts completed. We've done 21 total drafts. Bang is updated. Most draft, George Pickens and Ray Davis. And then a ton of 19%. I mean, Jaden, Dak, Chig, Devonta, Rashad White, Brent Strange, Ramondre, Chuba, Slayton, Jonnu Evans, Kamara, Pat Bryant, Lad McConkey. More so, we should be looking at our least drafted players. So only 4.8% of these guys, which means like one draft here. But ETN, Dobbins, Jalen Wright. A lot of one-off players. Travis Hunter, people I don't like. We just finally got our first share of Brian Robinson. Godwin, Jameson, Tet. Josh Jacobs kind of surprising me. I want to get more Josh Jacobs. Genty. Ton of guys that I haven't drafted. So now the question becomes, do we rip one more for a good measure? For a nice little farewell for today? I want to say we do. I want to say we should. Or do we do a weekly winners? Could be another bet here. We only have one weekly winners. Let's see how full the Schnauzer is. 72%. Now let's roll. Let's roll one more. We go ahead and pull, let me guess, the 12. Yeah, so we pull the turn at 12, so let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can flip around back here. Yeah, let's see how we can flip the board or just be a little bit unique in this draft. My bad, that was a little bit loud. I'm on Instagram. Chase Barkley, yeah, super different for sure. I think I have one share of Chase. I think we've drafted the one once. Maybe. He like rarely ever falls off the one too. It's just actually incredible. Well, what do we want to do at the turn? What should we do at the turn? is the real question. Do I even have any Derrick Henry? I have a little bit of Henry. Got a little bit of that boy Derrick. We could double tap running back. We could just go double receiver. We'll just go Nico in London. Nothing fancy. Two guys that can be the wide receiver 1 overall. Thought about going Henry, JT, or something crazy, but no, we'll stick Nico in London. Now, let's go back to our playoff cheat sheet. Haven't used this yet. Forgot it was up, honestly, but I don't always want to be building off of, you know, this either. Like, this doesn't guarantee you success. It gives you some correlation, right? But it's not necessary to win. It helps, right? It's just another tool to use at your disposal. It's just one way to draft. There's no one correct way that's going to be 100% foolproof. Use a variety of different draft methods, including, you know, playoff schedules, and trying to correlate those with your builds, but also, you know, stacking, making sure you're doing that. The different builds in terms of like hero RB, zero RB, robust RB, hyper fragile RB, like all those kinds of things. And if you don't know what those are, which I barely do too, go ahead and Google like the draft strategies. You know, zero RBs, obviously no RBs through like the first 5 rounds, whatever. You're just going all receivers, tight ends, stuff like that. And taking like mid-round, late RBs. Hero RBs getting a first-round running back and then not drafting one till later. Hyper fragile is only drafting like 4 running backs in this draft. And then robust would be drafting multiple good running backs in the first couple rounds. So tons of different strategies. You could build balanced teams, you know, making sure you're just building out your lineup. They all work in their own right. Anyway, we were looking at what? Houston, Arizona, Vegas, LA, and then who else? Atlanta, Tampa, Arizona, Rams. Oh. The Arizona thing's kind of nice, actually. Devontae off. Set ourselves up for a cheeky little Lamar Jackson build, which we will do. Set ourselves up for a little bit of yeah. Let's make a bet on DK. Why not? Woohoo. Take him a little early, but let's make our bet that Rodgers can get DK the ball. I don't mind him as our third receiver. Yeah, what did I say? Arizona plays Atlanta in week 16 and Houston in week 15. So that's like a nice spot to get James Conner. And then if we're looking at, I'm gonna be able to get any Rams players really. Houston, they have the Chargers. Could potentially build that out. Who the Steelers have? Miami, Detroit, Cleveland. Could build that out. gonna honestly be gross, but not even close to being back on the board. Hertz off of 44. I've been seeing Hertz go pretty early. ADP in the 50s, been climbing. Hampton follows the 51. Pretty good snag there. Another draft where Hunter falls to 50. Burrow off at 49. Wow, he was really concerned about not. Oh, I guess he has Brown and Chase, so. The only problem is, like, I've been seeing teams get Burrow at 72. Sometimes. Wouldn't have made it back anyway because this guy would have taken him, but which is usually what happens. But sometimes it doesn't. Usually Burrow's going like right here. It's just the Higgins drafter tends to snipe him. Kamara off. Do we double tap running back? No, we'll go Waddle. Waddle, Kenneth Walker. Take the two fallers. $1,140 build. Lamar, Kenneth Walker, Collins, London, Metcalf, Waddle. Thought about going Travion. Would rather not have a rookie running back as my only running back, unless it was Genty. So would take the faller and K Dub. Hopefully he stays healthy. Already dealing with some sort of injury, but it takes one season for the unhealthy outlier to be healthy all year, or to pay off. And obviously had to take Waddle as our fourth receiver. Can't beat that value. And then we'll see what comes back to us for how we're going to build this. Always open to see what the board lies or lays for us, lies for us, whatever. How it lies, because we want to obviously stay open. I'm not, like, again, just what I ranted about. Like, I'm pretty open on draft strategy, mixing it up. Like, here we go 0 RB. We go Collins, London, Lamar, Metcalf, Waddle in the first 5 rounds. So now obviously we're going to take running backs. We're not the only team to... Actually, we might be the only 0 RB team through 5 rounds. Everyone else, this is a RB heavy room here. Now that I'm looking at it. Because Cook went at 33. Brown won at 24. I didn't even realize James Conner went at 55. Super RB heavy room. Which is, I mean, very, very interesting. Pollard off again. Reiterate my statement there. It's like super RB heavy. Wouldn't mind double tapping running back. Aaron Jones goes, so not gonna double tap those backs. Go B-Rob for a second straight draft. And then we go ahead and mess around with some Diggs. Yeah, I like that. Mess around with some Diggs 85. So now we got a 1-2-5-0 build. Grab what I need. Back-to-back running back, and then I would have liked to double tap Aaron Jones. He stacks Mason and Aaron Jones. This dude has 4 running backs. Paul, Kamara, Jones, Mason. We'll see how it goes down. I mean, we're open for Andrews. We're open for Likely. Other quarterbacks we can play with. Obviously, Penix, Stroud. Let's go ahead and get those queued up, actually. Whoops. May, Stroud, Penix, Tua, Rodgers. So, I mean, we're super open for quarterback. I don't think I would want Rodgers unless I was in a 3 build. He wasn't horrible last year. We'll see the run out there. We'll see what happens here. Pittman, it's kind of a fault. This lobby's been weird. A lot of people just taking who they want, not following ADP, which I mean, respectable. You don't need to be on that. Like, Buka falls to 100. This is ADP right now. 92. It's been about 92. Caleb Goff, damn. Those two both go off super early. I mean, that's where Goff went last time. Just unstack Goff again? What is happening? Why are people taking unstacked Jared Goff? I kind of get the Caleb pick with Swift, but like, why are people taking unstacked Goff? Are we all right? He had Josh Allen. Hasn't out to like Sam. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Go ahead and bet on Warren with DK. And then we'll go ahead and take our. I think we just keep punting this down the board. Go Bateman. So now we're at a 1-3-6 build. I want to take Likely later. To stack with Lamar, so we'll go like Lamar, Bateman, Likely. We need 2 tight ends though. We'll probably double tap tight end and then I don't know, we're just full on punting tight end at this point. We're 1-3-6-0 build. Lamar, Walker, Robinson, Warren, Collins, London, Metcalf, Waddle, Diggs, Bateman. Which I really like. And then obviously we have tons of outs to quarterbacks who have been flying off the board. I reiterate. I mean, even if we go Likely as our only. I don't know. I mean, we're gobbling up all the receivers while the running backs just get cooked. Scottibo off at 90? What the hell? This dude that took unstacked Goff and then took Jack Besh. What is this guy doing? I know what he's doing. Takes Scatterbo and Besh way before ADP. Same with Cup. Same with Ricky. What is this guy doing? I think everybody before. Okay. Strange behavior. Big running quarterback. Herbert, May, Love. May goes to unstacked. Who's on his team? Purdy, Jennings. 2270. Unstacked Jordan Love. Is that what I'm seeing? Spicy. Unstacked Jordan Love. Spicy. That is spicy. Dude, I can't keep taking Ray Davis. I'm gonna have so much Ray Davis in my life. Should honestly be illegal to have that much Ray Davis. We just go Stroud now. Go Stroud Likely. So we're done at quarterback again. 2 quarterbacks. Got our Baltimore stack. Really need running backs badly. But that's alright. I like this tier of running back. A lot of good options in this tier with like Ray Davis. I guess you could say Tootin. Oh, I mean, I don't know why you would say that, but Garendo, Rashad White, guys that have formed or have had flashes. We're done a quarterback, by the way. Probably going to be another. We could honestly be done a receiver. Let's actually think about this. We could do. Oh. Yeah, because it's probably going to end up being like a 2-6-7-3 build again, but we could honestly do like a 2-7-7-3. No, I'm at a 2-7-6-3. What a crazy build. Possible. I mean, we're only gonna get one more receiver. We have 6 receivers through 10 rounds. We just full on punted everything. Really banking on Baltimore and Houston right now. Likely's our only tight end. We need tight end help. Garendo off, Faller pass, like 6 picks. Stafford early. Penix. I mean, I like Algier here. I like Bigsby. We could just double tap them if we're feeling it. Whoa. Yeah, I think we just lock in some running backs. So we double tap Algier, Bigsby. Whom I don't have a lot of either. My cat just said, hey, I'm gonna come sit on your lap because I can. Now I got a lap kitty on me. And now we're at what, a 2-5-5, 2-5-6-1 build. Dobbs. I like Dobbs. He's gonna run routes. I keep forgetting about Jaden Reed. Dobbs is gonna run routes. Good receiver, good possession receiver. Big body. Just solid like routes, something that they actually still need on their team. He's not a sexy pick, but the man's good at football. He's a sturdy wide receiver too. 2-3, like someone that's just good at football, like does a job, blocks, like everything. They wanted to disrespect him last year. Just want to thank you guys for, if you're watching the stream or you're watching on a rerun, appreciate you guys for listening, tuning in. If you have any questions, anything about fantasy football or anything in general, make sure you drop a comment down below. We'll answer anything and everything as long as it's relevant. Again, we're just normal people, normal jobs, drafting, trying to win a ton of money, having fun while we do it. Hopefully helping you guys out a little bit, running through our thought process on builds. Encouraging you guys to get out there and draft. You don't have to draft these tournaments if you're on Underdog. Link in description, by the way. But you don't have to draft these tournaments. You can just do normal drafts. Still best ball, but like normal $3, $5, $10 drafts where there's no tournament style. It's just cumulative points. Obviously a lot smaller prizes because you're only getting the money from the 12 people or 10 people or however many people are putting money in. You can even do 3-person drafts on this. I think it's like 3, 6, 10, 12 maybe 4 as well. So you can have fun with it, practice drafting, whatever size league your league is. They probably have a draft for that to just have fun and practice. We really need tight end here. I like Mason Taylor and I like Dalton Schultz. But I like Rico Dowdle. No, we're just gonna go Justice Hill. Oh, we want Schultz. I couldn't make up my mind, so we'll just go Schultz. Just lock him in with Stroud. And Nico, like I said, I wanted Dowdle. I wanted Hill. I can always get Keaton Mitchell later for a 6 running back who's now healthy, which is what I'm probably going to do to pair with Bateman Likely and Lamar. But we do lock in our 3 tight ends, Likely, Taylor, and Schultz. Again, I've said it on here. I like the upside of Mason Taylor. He could just be the number 2 target for Justin Fields. Pretty athletic rookie, good profile. Schultz is just going to be on the field playing football. Whether he gets targets or not is a different story. And then Likely as well should be on the field. Baltimore. See this from last year, but was this year? I guess I don't have that up here. No, I want 12 personnel. much is Baltimore running? 12. 11. $12 at a clip of what? 31%. So they're running a decent amount of 12 personnel. I mean, that's the most used formation because they have Likely and Andrews, so, and they run the ball a lot. So or Likely will be out there. Justice Hill off at 198. He almost made it back to us. Keaton Mitchell might have gone. No, Rigo Dowdle falls all the way to 189. That's incredible. Keaton Mitchell. Room 4 is also an option because of Steelers, but let's roll Keaton Mitchell. And we need a receiver. I don't know, receiver wise. Yucky down here. Maybe just go Tyler Lockett for a receiver? Just to get a player? Don't know how much Tyler Lockett's gonna do, but we'll go Keaton Mitchell. I would say Roman Wilson, but no. We'll just roll Tyler Lockett in there. Could have went Jermaine Burton. But we end up being a 2-6-7-3 build. Lamar and Stroud. Walker, Robinson, Warren, Algier, Bigsby, Mitchell. Collins, London, Metcalf, Waddle, Diggs, Bateman, Lockett. Likely, Taylor, Schultz. We get a bunch of stacked ups. So we get the double stack with Houston, Lamar. We get the double stack plus Keaton Mitchell involved there. So yeah, should be. I'm pretty happy with this draft. Our receivers are sick. Nico, London, Metcalf, Waddle, Diggs, Bateman, and then Lockett just on there at the end. But should have went for more upside there. But definitely love it. This is one of my better builds, I think. I'll be actually really excited to see how this turns out. But we're going to end it there. We're already 2 hours into the stream. We ripped 3 drafts. Like I said, make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications when we go live, because it's kind of sporadic and random. Make sure you drop some comments too, or questions below in the comment section, and we'll answer those for you. But I hope you guys have a great weekend. We're going to try to be live tomorrow. We still have a bunch of drafts to do for the Schnauzer to finish it up. But appreciate